y'all, and welcome to another episode of Randumb Thoughtz. I am your host, the LYR to the ICS is lyrics, y'all. Yeah, man, we here for another fantastic show. It's not really sunny outside and shit, it's still winter, but I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm healthy as can be. Just finished eating a chopped cheese sandwich. Yo, shout out to the dudes at the deli up here on Alexander Avenue. You know what I'm saying? If you at Alexander Avenue, across the street from the police station over there on like 138th, go to the deli over there. It's right next to Dunkin' Donuts. Get yourself a chopped cheese. You know what I'm saying? They got the newest candies out, all that cookie dough Twix and shit. We with it. You know what I'm saying? But yo, enough about all that, man. Yo, let's get down with the crew. See what's popping. Crew, what's goody?
Your last Sunday of January.
Okay.
We are well in the we are not well into 2023, but what's up, y'all?
Well, 12th of January. What's up?
Chilling.
Chilling.
What's goody?
It's all good. We want to do introductions now.
What you sipping on stuff? What you sipping on stuff?
What am I sipping on? This libation is kombucha.
Okay. It looks suspicious to me. It looks suspicious to me. Looks like a red stripe or something. I don't know.
Oh shit!
No, it is a fermented drink. It's just not alcoholic. Right? This is for those that don't know what kombucha is. This is a fermented drink. It has cultures in it. It's very healthy. Really good for you.
Hi, Taisha. Sorry.
Peace, Taisha. Peace. Oh, just to let you know, Adviz is here, but something's going on with his camera. Keeps kicking him off or whatever, man. I don't know, but he's gonna fix that. It's technical difficulties. He's gonna be here though. You know what I'm saying? But we here now. You know what I'm saying? So, Steph, what's goody?
Yeah, I'm good, y'all. Y'all know me. It's Steph, y'all. Stephanie Gale up in here once again for another Sunday. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here with my bros. Ooh, look at that. That looks really nice. We gotta change that picture. Nah, but it's all good. Yeah, I'm happy to be here with you bros, man. What's up? Famous Ramos.
What's up, man? Not much.
Ramos.
Chilling. That's it. Ready for the discussion. I'm actually looking forward to it, I think we kind of touched on it in past episodes, but it's good to get, ready to get into it.
Yeah. Word.
No, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact, man. Like it feels kind of funny without young Ad in the building,
Yeah.
But like I said, young Ad will be back, man, eventually. You know what I'm saying? He's dealing with technical difficulty issues at the moment. But
there he is.
Oh shit. Speaking of the devil, what up, young Ad?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm not going to use the mic today because Safari's having issues with putting my mic up, so got to deal with it.
I'm surprised you can use Safari because I don't ever use Safari with StreamYard. It's weird.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it only allows me on the iPad. I can't use anything else. It says that I can only go on StreamYard via Safari. And Safari's down right now, so it doesn't let any external mics or anything go in.
Now we just glad you here, man. Who you be?
Oh my goodness. What's good, y'all? ADV Avis in the spot now, man. We back again. Don't mind me in these technical difficulties, but good to see y'all. We in here.
Yeah, now we got
hosted
actual
by Avis. All right, they doing
that's the thing. We got actual headings and shit, man. Like yo, we came up. We came up. Like yo, we damn sure came up.
We got a budget now?
Yeah, we got it. We must. Shit. Like we got a magical budget. Like, yo, for real, we came up. Woo! That's it. Now, but
it's beautiful.
Yo,
we get better every day.
Now that's a fact, but I just wanted to let everybody know real quick. Just to let you know, today is the AFC and the NFC games, and the AFC is some sorry ass Cincinnati Bengals going up against some sorry ass Kansas City Chiefs. You know why I say sorry ass? Because they beat the Bills 24-10. How the fuck that happened, sir? Anyway, let bygones be bygones.
I put my money on the Bills, but I don't know what happened, man. And y'all had DeMar in the building, recovering from his ventricular situation. And y'all lost.
Hey, Tiff. Hey, Tiff. I know.
What's going on,
playing in the snow. That's your element.
Man, I know.
Salute.
I know. But now, anyway.
Salute to all the randos, by the way. Salute to all the randos.
Salute to the randos.
We won't let you, unlike the Bills, we will not let you down. We bring you the best every single Sunday.
I'm still a Bills fan, though. I'm still a Bills fan. So, yeah, no, we're not shutting down no movies. Anyway, we still,
we're not gonna come out of surgery and see us lose. We're not gonna be like that.
Yo, that's fucked up. That's really messed up.
Yes.
Well, Lamar Jackson, they talk about trading him now. You know what I'm saying? So, good luck with that. They talk about trade talks now with him. They like, yo, they tired of him.
We didn't say we were tired of him. We said we were going to keep him. That's what John Harbaugh said. He said we're going to build the team around him. He is the franchise. Right?
Don't you understand the politics of the NFL? Anyway, the AFC, sorry ass Bengals versus sorry ass Chiefs, and in the NFC, you got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. For this, my pick is the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Philadelphia Eagles for the next Super Bowl coming up February 12th. That's my pick. Does anybody else have picks? Anybody else got picks?
49ers versus the Chiefs.
Oh, so you just want you just want to go against me. That's it. All right, whatever.
I think it's the other way around.
All right. Well, Famous, you got any picks? Any Super Bowl picks? What's up?
I don't watch football.
What you got?
Health Aid, the citric one.
Oh, you got the Health Aid? Oh, you got citric?
Hold on.
No, I drink Adviz. I drink kombucha too.
Hey, Wait.
Are they sponsoring us?
I'm tipping your kombucha for that.
I think Liquid Death could sponsor us. I think we get them as a sponsor.
Listen,
Liquid Death, is that what?
Yeah, Liquid Death. Yeah.
Listen. This episode of Randumb Thoughtz is not sponsored in part by Health Aid Kombucha. All right, it is not sponsored by Health Aid Kombucha. It should be, but it's not. Also, this episode is not. It's not sponsored by Life Water. It's not sponsored by Dr. Squatch. But Dr. Squatch, I'm going to holler at y'all again. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Y'all got the best soap out right now.
This one, baby. Urban Eden.
No, we don't fuck with all that. We fuck with Dr. Squatch.
This is black owned.
We fuck with Dr.
Unlike Dr. Squatch.
I don't care. They mad cool. They mad cool.
Okay.
All right. Shout out to black owned businesses.
Yeah.
Listen, shout out to black-owned businesses, but I still fuck with Dr. Squatch. I'm not gonna sit there and turn my back on them because they got some great soaps.
No, they do.
Fuck out of here.
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, and I want to give a special shout out to Mr. M, our producer, for showing me some video about some vegan chopped cheese that I don't ever want to see again, man. Like, yo, we don't do vegan chopped cheese here in New York, man. Stop playing.
You might like it though.
No, I'm not gonna like it. I'm never gonna like that.
We want our arteries clogged, completely clogged all the time.
Thank you. Yo, Justine, what's good? Justine, what's good?
What's up, Justine? That's a new rando, everyone. She just came on.
Hi, Justine,
and has been very dedicated. So
Justine been on. Like, she been on since it's IG. Like, I'm dead ass.
Yeah, yes, but
like one or two episodes.
She just started watching the shows though. But
no, I'm just trying to hype it up.
We're happy to have you, Justine. Welcome.
Yo, Justine, you know it's always a pleasure, man. But you know what time it is, right? Or should we do that other thing first?
Yeah, no, we have housekeeping to do first.
What? That's what it's called now. We call it housekeeping.
Yeah, we're housekeeping. So,
all right.
So a couple of things for you guys. If you don't know, I'm sure you all have. We've been saying it ever since we announced it. You can check out our official website, which is randumbthoughtz.com. Please check it out. It is pretty awesome. And yeah, we showed a live show on the homepage itself. You can also check out the previous episodes. I think I've put most of them up, so most of the episodes should be up and running now. You can also contact us through the website, and we have more stuff in store for you as well. And you can check out all of our links as well, like TikTok and Facebook. All the social media handles are there on the website, right on the homepage at the top. So check out our official website. We're gonna get a shop soon. Hopefully, it'll be up by the spring. And yeah, we got all that going. And another thing, yes, and yes, we just launched our Patreon page. All right, our Patreon page is official.
Yeah, that's it. Clap, Ed. Clap.
Y'all can clap for that.
Clap.
Y'all can
clap for that.
Yes, indeed.
What do we got for people?
So at some point, I should have actually put it on the website. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Hilarious.
What do we have for the people? What are the tiers?
Okay, so we have 3 different tiers right now. We're gonna have more. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. So we have 3 different tiers. One is the first one is, what is it? The infant rando. The second one is the baby. Wait, no, it's baby rando. Sorry. The first one is baby rando. The second one is infant rando, and the third tier is child rando. So
I thought it was adolescent. Like we were gonna do.
That's gonna be That's gonna be the next one when we get it. All
right.
Running.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let me see if I can bring it up.
So, just a reminder: do not bring your child up here. We are not a child friendly. We're not a child friendly show. We do cuss up here.
Yes.
Your kid will learn some new cuss words. I'm sorry.
Warning.
All right.
Right.
Oh, and yeah. Let me bring it up now. So our producer can show it. I'm gonna share the screen real quick so you all can. Would like to record this. No, don't do that.
Listen, while you do that, I just want some happy birthday shout outs real quick.
Yes.
Happy belated birthday to my sister Sakia. Her birthday, I think it was like the 26th or whatever. I forgot. Thank you for Facebook, because if it wasn't for Facebook, I would have forgot. You know what I'm saying? Completely. I'm a bad brother. I'm sorry.
Why admit that though?
Because I wanted to be thoughtful. You know what I'm saying? At least now, since I remembered it. So
no. I'm talking about admitting that Facebook. Forget it. Don't worry about it.
No, I know exactly where you're coming from, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want me to say?
Ja, if you can bring up the screen. Yeah. So as you can see, you got to be 18 or older to join. So yeah, as you can see, this is our page, and you see we have 3 different tiers. Baby Rando is $1 a month. You get all our exclusive content. You get early access to all the stuff that's coming up. Live stream, live chat. $5, you get all of that. Plus, you get to do the live Q&A when we do any live streams, any open forums or anything like that. And then $10, you have the child rando, which will give you access to Randumb Thougthz After Dark when we go live, and that will probably be sometime in March. So if you want to start with the $5 tier, we'll do that. And it's all of this is also connected to Discord, so you'll have access to that, and we'll be doing open forums and other live streams. Also, when we come out with new music, because myself and Mr. Lyrics up here all make music. Anytime we come out with new singles, we'll have it ready for you all, and you all will get first dibs and the first take on our new music. All right, so yeah, there we go. Randumb Thoughtz, Randumb Thoughtz on Patreon. All right. Okay. With that being said,
all right, guys. Yeah, I have more birthday shout outs, but I'll get to that later. But right now, y'all know what time it is, right?
What time is it?
It's time to let the fuckery commence.
Warning. The opinions expressed in this program are those of the presenter in their current state of mind, which they have the right to change at any given moment. The iRant Network and the members of the Ranters Union are not responsible for any claims made. All opinions and train of thoughts are welcomed here and protected by the First Amendment and the Ranters Union. All commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, teaching, and or scholarship of copyrighted material is protected by the Fair Use Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. iRant Network and the founder of the Ranters Union, Jalogic, aka Mr. M, recommends that you take what is said and do your own research. Read a goddamn book and form your own opinion. Furthermore, listen carefully to the ranters rant and debate their opinions and form your own conclusion. Thank you for watching this member-supported program, powered by the Ranters Union and produced for the iRant Network. Good day.
All right.
All right. We are here. We are back. So, guys, right before we jump in it, right? Like I said, I had some birthday shout-outs. I shout out my sister, but happy belated birthday. Happy belated birthday to Hassan Salam. You know what I'm saying? Happy belated birthday. Also, happy birthday to like I said, my co-worker Miguel. His birthday's tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So happy early birthday to him. You know what I'm saying? And anybody else got birthday shouts real quick?
Nah, not that I can think of right now.
All right, cool. Yeah. So let's jump into it then. All right. Oh, happy birthday, Jay Sean, too. My fault. His birthday's today. So let's jump into it then. Today's episode is episode 4-4. That is a very important episode, especially if you're a guy that's dealing with this situation here. Today's episode is a man's journey into mental health. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. We actually had an episode about mental health. It actually started with I think it was season 1. We were talking about friendships and relationships, and how I was dealing with mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? And because I had to take a break from social media, from people, period. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you deal with mental health issues, you know what I'm saying, when you deal with depression, you know what I'm saying, like, because I suffer from it. You know, yeah, I've been very open about it. Like, for people who truly know, like, who really know me, I've been real open about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I really do suffer from depression. You know, I do have moments. I know how to handle it better because I guess, you know, in my mind and my psyche, you know, I felt nothing else worked. You know what I'm saying? So I turned to music to cope with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's not the same. Some people have to go, you know, some people could talk to their friends about it. Some people, you know, go see a psychiatrist, you know, therapist, whatever. You know what I'm saying? My outlet is music. Don't get me wrong. I talk to my friends. I talk to y'all about it. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like, the major part of it, I deal with through my writing, my poetry, raps, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that goes. So, you know, that whole thing just turned into something bigger and whatever. So we actually also had another episode of mental health. So that was the catalyst to this episode, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah. I say mental health overall is a very important issue that we all need to address. You know what I'm saying? But right now we're focusing more on men's mental health. You know what I'm saying? And the problems with mental health could stem from anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially what's going on in today's society. You know, I personally think when it comes to, like, mental health issues, it stands from, I think it stands from like loneliness more so than ever. Yeah, like my personal opinion. Reason why I say that is because now I'm starting to see, like, I watch a lot of videos about a lot of relationship videos, especially shit now dealing with what do you talk about? We'll talk about like passport bros and how I'm dead ass, like, yo, passport bros, and how there's a difference between men and women, and how these women here are, they what is it now? Cats is leaving here to find women abroad because the women are too much here, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, it's causing a big divide between men and women now. What's going on, Notes, Taisha?
I have my issues with passport bros. I've seen some not so great articles and news feeds on the passport bros. They're not looking too good right now, and that also feeds into men's mental health as well. I mean, we can talk about the guy that ended up killing his girlfriend. Well, I say girlfriend loosely.
Well, allegedly kill his girlfriend. Allegedly, it's alleged.
No, he was found guilty, and he is sentenced. He
allegedly was found guilty, and he's allegedly being sentenced to death by firing squad.
It's a fact.
It's allegedly.
It's not alleged.
Do we have the news article of that? Do we have? Can somebody please Google that and put it up so we know it's not alleged, because I don't want nobody coming at us.
The thing is, China's been suppressing a lot of the information about it. That's
okay.
I mean, I can look for it.
No,
his
but
name is Shadid. I forgot his last name. It's a Muslim name.
Did Shadid go to China and try to find himself a girl or something?
Yes.
What? See, he went to China.
Shadid
you shouldn't have went to
Abdullah
China.
Mateen, that's his name.
Yeah,
Mateen, that's what it is.
That's on him. That's not on us. Like that was he decided to go to China. Nobody told him to go to China.
Yeah, but he is a passport bro. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Are you a passport bro, Lyrics?
I'm a passport bro supporter. Like I'm not a passport bro officially, but I do support from afar. Now I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not even gonna joke with you on this. I support what they're doing, but I also believe personally that, not every woman here in the United States of America is bad. Not every woman in New York City is bad. You know what I'm saying? You do have women that do follow some type of tradition, that do know how to play their part in a relationship. Because let's be realistic, and this is also a big part to a mental health breakdown. We question relationships. We question marriage. Like, we question the traditional values of it. And now, people's like, oh, we need to switch up the traditional values. We shouldn't have to go with this. But the thing that people fail to realize is this has been working for years. Why do you think your grandparents are still together? Because hold on. Just let me say for a second, please.
We're going.
No. I'm just saying.
Go ahead. And
fuck it.
Go ahead and finish.
Because people followed the traditional roles. Yes, we live in a different time, and I understand that fully. Yes.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do.
It's so much.
Hear me out. There's so much has changed. I do understand. I do understand, but when it comes to relationships, when it comes to being together and all that other stuff, there are some unwritten rules and regulations that go with this to make sure everything is on the up and up. And I think that's the reason why marriages are failing, the reason why relationships are failing, the reason why everybody's fucking everybody, because we live in generation EFE now, because there is no values in a relationship. Like, everybody just does what they want to do. But what's up, Ad?
No, I just caught the acronym. My bad.
He's gonna hone in on the acronym.
What is the acronym? Because I don't know it.
Everybody effing everybody. That's what it is. I just was like,
when I said generation EFE, yeah. Like that, like damn the generation XYZ bullshit. We live in a generation EFE. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's
That's how I feel.
Let's unpack this for a second.
Let's unpack it.
Because a lot has changed in, I'll say, at least in the past 50 years, where women didn't have the same or equal rights to men. And that's included in marriage. Like women they had issues with spousal rape. They just recently, not like maybe what, a decade or two ago, just got the right to charge men with spousal rape, because there are times where a woman's like, no, I don't feel like it right now, like, or not even I don't feel like it right now, this is just not the time to do it, and their own husbands feel like they have power over them or rights over them, like, oh, I'm married to you, you are my property. Women have always been looked at back then as property of men. That's one thing that's changed. The other thing, abortion rights. If a woman doesn't want to have a child, that has changed. I mean, even though they've rolled back Roe versus Wade, we have options for contraceptions and whatnot. That's another thing that's changed. Women couldn't have their own bank accounts. Now that changed in, I believe it was 1974, where a law came out that stated that women could now have their own bank accounts and could have their own credit. That I mean, that when you are living under the structure of male centric rules and regulations, like that just because that was part of the thing that led to, I guess, marriages remaining together, husband and wife, what have you, or couples remaining together, because women didn't have much of a choice. They couldn't, if they left the marriage, they were either going to be destitute, broke, or without anything. That has changed, and that's what I'm saying. That's why marriages among the older generation worked, quote unquote, and I say that loosely, because women didn't have as many rights. Now that women have rights, they have choices. You know what I mean? So
no, I understand.
And this is the thing, like with certain men, they have failed to evolve. That mentally have failed to evolve. And that's the thing. There needs to be an evolution of thinking and understanding. Okay, these women have rights now. They should be able to listen to some of the, I don't want to say complaints, but some of the concerns that they have as far as relationships go. That's why you have people like the passport bros going elsewhere, because now they can find a woman that they can control.
Steph, not to be disrespectful, I'm going to be honest with you here. Everything that you just said, plays a big part to the problem with men's mental health. And I'm not saying that to disrespect you. I understand your point. Totally and completely. But what you just said now, okay, and the fact of women's rights, women's rights is taking control to the point now where it's, if you literally look at a woman wrong, you know what I'm saying, you could possibly go to jail. You know what I'm saying? It's messed up, but it's the guy, it's near close to the God honest truth. Now, when it goes, let's get back to the topic here with men's health, with mental health. No, I know
I mentioned it, and I'm talking to Notes too. Notes, I mentioned this because the issue is, I think part of the issue with mental health is that some men are failing to evolve. They're failing to evolve to the changes that are being put in place. I think that has something to do with it. That's why you have these men that are committing crimes of passion, like the passport bro in China that brutally murdered that 21-year-old girl, stabbed her right in the face several times.
Do you know why? Do you know the reason because of this?
Because she didn't return his affections. That's why. She didn't want anything to do with him. He became upset. He lured her to some undisclosed place and stabbed her to death. And now he's facing the death penalty. It's a crime of passion.
Well,
and this dude was married. This dude was married, had a woman in the U.S. and a kid.
It can't be a crime of passion.
Well, that's on him.
And then actually did the task. If it happened at the moment when the initial emotion came, that's a crime of passion.
Well, she must have
the man thought about it. What I'm trying to say, there was cognitive reasoning behind the situation. So, like, let's say if he went in there and he had an issue with her and he got an argument and he stabbed her, crime of passion. But he lured her. You know what I mean? It was set up. It was a setup. But regardless, I think I agree. We need to get back on track in terms of this is about men's health. Yes. I mean, I understand what you're saying. You're saying that, this plays into it, but it plays into a small percentage. And past bros, that's another situation. That's another topic, like completely out of the spectrum in terms of what needs to be talked about right now. Because what we're talking about is a negative aspect of what men do, right? All human beings have negative aspects. All parts of society has that. But right now, we should be talking about is why men the main population of men. Why there is, because we could be talking about the whole population, but now we're talking about the main male population. Why they have mental health issues? What is at this time in this day and age is causing men at a large rate to have mental health issues?
Well, basically, sorry, Steph.
No, go ahead.
Forgive me. My personal opinion, I think it does stems from loneliness, that lack of partnership. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that, like I was saying, no diss to any woman out there, but these, like the women nowadays, they're so hooked on this women empowerment thing and the attitudes and all this other stuff that they're more so combative with men, and then they complain about how their mental health is messed up when you're the one that either pushed the man away, cheated on the man, you know what I'm saying, or like you dealing with these Chad and Tyrone, Pookie and Ray Ray type dudes that damn well they just fuck you and leave you. You know what I'm saying? And leave you high and dry. And then when the good guy, or I'm not even gonna say the good guy, the guy that got his stuff together tries to come in and do right by you, he's boring. You know what I'm saying? Or you just want to play games. So then that years of that, how do you think a man's gonna feel afterwards? You know what I'm saying? And then it comes to the point where you got MGTOW movement, you got the red pill and all this other stuff. And me personally, no disrespect to the red pill or MGTOW cats or nothing like that. But these are guys that they've dealt with situations like this to the point where enough is enough. Niggas got tired. You know what I'm saying? But then I also got to look at it from a flip side. We did it to ourselves. As men, we did do it to ourselves because we allowed certain shit to happen in our lives and then we go by what society says. Men are supposed to be tough. We're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be disciplined and all this other shit. I rebel against that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no softy, but I rebel against all that because at the end of the day, I'm still a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like my pops, he tried to hold on. I'm just saying from experience. Like, hold on. What's that mean? I'm interested in knowing what that means.
I disagree with you on the discipline part for sure.
Okay.
I believe all men should be disciplined. That's just how it goes because of the fact that the reason.
To a fault, yes.
I'm not even saying no. Y'all should be disciplined because of the fact that then none of this stuff would end up coming up or happening. Because of the fact if you have a purpose and you have your drive to know what you're doing in life, you're focused. And I'm not saying you're gonna slip up here and there, but because of the fact that how society is set up, how genders, how our roles are set up, originally back way when you the leader. So how are we gonna be able to if we can't show that we can be disciplined? Because then that's when, like I feel what Notes is saying in the comments too is like, again, we talk about at home in that environment. If you're not able to have at least control of yourself within a chaotic environment and be able to influence in that particular way, then how are you going to be able to influence what's happening outside of you if you haven't focused on inside of you?
No, that part I totally agree with you with. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm talking about is what I mean by discipline. Like how should I say it? We supposed to be like this this super tough exterior type shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're supposed to be tough to a fault because we are leaders. We are the leaders of the next generation. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be leading our household. We're supposed to be teaching our kids or whatever. We the rock that people lean on. We're the protectors and the providers. That's our role.
And some of y'all
in a relationship. Excuse me?
And some of y'all are failing at it. I'm sorry to say.
No, you're right. You're right.
I'm in that environment right now. Like I'm just like I let me tell you. And honestly, I don't say these things to be against men because I say it all the time. There are men in my lives that I love that stand up to those expectations, that stand tall for for their families, women, men, what have you. But I've seen the devastation of depression, and mental deterioration, anything that brings any person down. But I've seen it particularly with men. It is man, it's a horrible thing to watch. Like I hate to see it.
Can we?
And it affects people in a really profound way. And who was saying, Mr. RJC 78? Thank you for seeing what I was saying about. My thing was just one example, but like I said I was talking in the private chat as well. I was talking about men's deterioration has such a devastating effect on society at large. You see, most of the men that are causing these mass shootings, it's it's mostly men. I've seen, there've been one or two where there have been women involved, but most of the mass shootings are men, and it usually men with deteriorating mental health issues. Men that have maybe been bullied or have kept most of their feelings inside and bottled up. They haven't had a healthy outlet to express their concerns and their feelings. So,
well, see, that's the thing.
And that happens with domestic abuse as well. It's the same thing.
Sorry to cut you off. That's the thing. We like I said, we were raised by society to suppress our feelings. We're not supposed to talk about shit like that. We're not supposed to, be expressive in that nature because we have to focus on being protectors and providers. Point blank, period. Protectors and providers. Master said all self-controlled situations. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's our role as men. And if we go against that, then we're deemed soft. You know what I'm saying? And was it? Do you mean regimented that lyrics? I mean, yeah. To an extent, that's what I do mean. But for the most part, once again, everything is contingent on society's rule, or at least society, from what we know it as. You know what I'm saying? Now, things have changed. We live in a whole new damn world. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot more sensitive guys out there. You know what I'm saying? How can you hold down and maintain the fort when you don't have that discipline to hold down and maintain the fort? Sorry for the phone. I gotta learn how to turn the volume down on these damn things.
Essentially, what I'm thinking in society is what's happening is that we're going through growing pains right now, right? We're questioning, things are changing overall, society roles, whatever. We're trying to. There are men who are trying to now try to figure out what now. And I think that's what a lot of the problems are stemming from. Men trying to figure out what now. And I'm not trying to blame society, but we live in a society, and the external starts to affect internal, right? And then vice versa. Internal affects external. So our behaviors start changing the environment. And then the men or human beings, regardless of who they are, start reacting. And the first thing to do is actually your mental health, because you start questioning, right? Your mental health comes from your questioning of yourself, your perception of yourself. And then you start thinking, wait a minute, I'm not good enough. Oh, I don't understand what's going on. Like in society, I had a role. Now I no longer understand my role in that place. And when you start questioning it, like kind of what you said, the male role, you get not desperate, but it's kind of like you start like, yeah, desperation starts increasing, right? Because you get anxious and you're like, what the fuck? And then it's a whole lot of crazy things that, the human mind does go through. And that starts affecting your well-being eventually, right?
Yes, most definitely. I mean, it's kind of a tricky thing, man. But like, and then it also goes back. What was it? Shampy said you answered the door. Someone trying to get in. Nah, yo, Shan. Listen, it's the phones here in the office, man. I just figured out how to turn it down. So like you hear a low, super low ring. So y'all ain't got to worry about that now. But that was funny. But where were we? Okay, yeah. Listen, guys, I'll say it like this. It goes back to what I'm saying as far as human beings. Fatherless situations also. That's it, master. That's it. Fatherless situations. We live in a fatherless region. You know what I'm saying? Where either, and that's another thing, child support. Let's talk about it. Child support plays a big ass role with men's mental health. No guidance or guidelines. Yeah, but master also, and I don't want to make excuses here, but this is the truth. Child support also plays a big role in it. Even if you are a good father, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Bulls, what's up? Stop debating and let's all work on changing the laws back.
No, that's what we don't need to do. We don't need to go backwards. No.
Nah, we need to have some. No, I'm with Steph on that, man.
That's some archaic thinking right there.
Yeah, I agree.
We do need some type of rules that can meet a happy medium. Like something of a happy medium, but where I'm going here now with it is like child support. Being on child support plays a big ass role with men's mental health. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, because let's be realistic here. Let's lay our cards on the table, and I'm speaking from experience. When you're with child support, it's basically you versus the system. You know what I'm saying? If you're a good dude, you know what I'm saying, who's been paying for your kid, who's been there for your kid, something happens where you and the lady breaks up, and the lady feels like she's not being compensated enough to take care of the child, she gonna run her ass to child support and put you on the papers. And trust me, that is some shit that I would not wish on any, and I wouldn't wish that on my my greatest enemy. You know what I'm saying? Because that right there is, for the most states, 18. But here in the state of New York, 21 to 24 years of nothing but mental heartache, mental pain, heartache and mental pain, all type of bullshit. Pay your child support or wear condoms. Not that fucking hard. No. It is that fucking hard. Because once again, it's not just about paying your child support. It depends on what type of female you deal with, what type of judge you draw. There's a lot of shit behind that, because then visitation comes into play. You know what I'm saying? And let's just say you set up for visitation. You know what I'm saying? And like you're going to visitation. You're trying to see the kid, but remember, the mother has the mother 9 times out of 10 is the custodial parent. And let's just say the kid is not there. You know what I'm saying? The kid at grandma's house or some shit like that every time you try to pick him up. You know what I'm saying? And then you trying to figure things out. These are real life stories that I'm telling you. This is not an excuse. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like this cat, there's some. I'm not saying everybody that's on child support, but there's some of the most men that are fighting to see their kids, that don't see their kids, who are paying out that. There's motherfuckers who they went to the DNA test place, found out the kid ain't theirs, and still paying for still paying money for a child that is not theirs. So please don't come up here talking that pay your child support or wear condom shit. It is not that simple. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the wear condom part is simple. I think, you should wear condom.
I think when she said that, she wasn't talking about that particular situation.
Oh, my fault.
That's not your kid. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, no, you should not be paying child support for that child unless you adopted that child. Then that is your child.
Yeah, that's you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like, but my fault. But like,
there are situations where, like, I agree with you, Lyrics, what you were saying. There are a lot of situations and people in my life I know that they've been there for their kids, and then when they get divorced or the family breaks down, right? They start feeling, where I go from now. I my whole life I've been trained to do this. Now I no longer have this. The loss of everything, the loss of the household, loss of the children, the family unit, the loss of your friend, because essentially, in a marriage or whatever, that is your friend. That's your best friend, essentially, if you're in a good relationship, right? So you lose all these things, and then you're like left by yourself. So in those situations, men start feeling lonely, and they're like, I don't have my children, I don't have the life I thought I had. Plus, my income has been decreased to a ridiculous amount, because sometimes there have been points that these men can't even live on their own salary and they have to get second jobs.
Like I know a dude.
For a quick second, just for the
go ahead.
Booze the Bizzle, you're gonna have to say it in your place. All right, we're gonna say this right now. You're not gonna tell other people in the comment section to stay in their place. This is our show, okay? People have a right to their opinion, but you have to be respectful about it.
Yeah, we'll cut you off real quick.
Yeah, we will cut you off. So
we'll play that shit
in the comment section. We can take you out. Is that simple?
We show mad love to everybody, but like we ain't gonna tolerate that dumb shit.
So that's all I'm gonna say right now. So be respectful or you're out of here.
Yo, we release people with love, though. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to Kevin Gates. Like, yo, we release you with love, but we release your ass. Like, yo, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna keep the train moving. You know what I mean? So just chill out with all that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. You know what I mean? But like, yo,
be respectful about it.
No, that's a fact. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, man, I mean, when it comes down to it, you know, it is what it is, man. Like man. Another thing, the divorce. Oh, go ahead.
No, do you think?
Another thing, divorces, man. Like, yo, that's another monster on its own, man. Like, I hear like fucking nightmare stories about divorces and how much the women gets, and it's like the women hit the fucking lotto once they're divorced. You know what I'm saying? Like, they say now, the main reason why there are divorces in the United States. The highest rate of divorces is due to financial reasons. That plays a big fucking role in men's mental health, because when you're in the marriage, 9 times out of 10, you know that you're taking the biggest loss if you're in a divorce. And let's be realistic. Some of these modern women marry for the show. They marry for the show. What is it? Master said, and after 8 years of paying separate side monies, child support payments in time, the child penalty says 99.99 not his.
Paternity.
What'd you say?
It says paternity. You said penalty.
Oh, wait, I thought it said penalty.
No, it's paternity.
Oh, it said paternity. Oh shit! Yeah, you know my eyes are getting bad right now. I promise you, I graduated high school. Like, I promise I graduated high school. Yo, all right, paternities. I was like, penalty. Anyway, paternities, 99.9% not hit. Yeah, shit like that. Like 18 to 21 years, or 24 years, if the kid goes to school or whatever, that's New York State. You fuck around, get a DNA test, 99.9%, you not the father. Guess what? They're not going to pay you that money back. You had to take that as a loss and a lesson. And this is what creates the biggest L of your fucking life. And guess what? This is what creates jaded men. This is what creates scarred men. How do I know? I know these scarred men. So I have some of them in my family. They be like, yo, excuse my language from what I'm about to say, but this is from what they tell me. Don't trust no bitch moving. That's the exact words. Don't try. And I'm like, and even that now, my age, I'm like, nah, it can't be like that. It can't be like that. There gotta be some good women out there. There gotta be. You know what I'm saying? There has to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, but that's me personally, man. Like, I'm like, not every woman is out for a dude's money. You know what I'm saying? But that does play a really big role in men's mental health, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, divorces, child support. You got women now that are on some gold digging shit that just want to deal with cats for the money. Like I said, everything's propaganda and popular opinion and all this other shit, especially with social media. And you got these chicks talking about they want that now damn near all of them want a 6-figure dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he gotta be 6 foot tall. Gotta have what is it? He gotta have 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? Like drive a Mazda 6, whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, or even way better. Like, I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, man, listen, it's crazy, man. It's a lot of shit that does play in men's mental health, at least in the United States. You know what I'm saying? Bro, these just ain't random thoughts we seem to be having. Nah, it ain't random thoughts we seem to. It's real shit. Like, yo, I'm sorry. I mean, does anybody else got something to say here on it, man, besides me? What's up?
I think...
Oh, who's coming on? Is this Notes? Of course.
Yo, Notes. What's peace? What's going on? I'm sorry. I meant to actually get you on here because I know you got a lot to say on it, man.
You guys good. I was just replying back to the private chat, but y'all can read that later. But what I was saying though, so like I agree a little bit with what Stephanie was saying. I would agree a little bit with what you were saying. Pretty much everything you guys were saying, I agree. So when I wrote in there, I was like, yo, like supposed to be about men's health. I honestly believe matter of fact, everybody mental health starts from home. You know, when I was raised, my mom, I didn't know my dad, you know, and the person my mom thought I was a father too, well, thought that my dad was. He died in 2003, and then come to find out, she found my real dad on Facebook. Like I was like 20, and I finally met him and stuff like that. So, you know, but before as that, man, like, you know, for me, mental health started young. First of all, I was on prescription meds when I was young, like 5 to 6 years old. I was taking Ritalin and all the shit like that, you know. Way back then, you know, and if it wasn't for my grandma, man, like I wouldn't be the man I am today. You know, I've grown a lot from what I used to be. You know, I used to have breakdowns, you know what I mean? Like I used to hurt myself, a lot of that, you know what I mean? And thank God for my grandma, because there's been moments, you know, I've recalled where I've actually snapped, you know what I mean? I've actually fought, you know what I mean, damn near almost killed some people, to be honest with you. You know, I'm not bragging about it. So I know what real anger feels like, you know, or like being alone feels like, or talking to yourself, or like, you know, nobody's around, you know. My grandma was the light, you know. My mom, our relationship is better now, but there was a lot of shit that I saw as a kid that I shouldn't have seen. There's a lot of stuff that was afflicted on me that I never should have been through. You know, one of my uncles used to beat the fuck out of me like every day. He blamed me, you know, for ruining his life. I mean, we cool now, we talk and stuff like that, but you know, at a young age, you know what I mean, a kid should not know the feeling of getting hit in the face and blacking out feels like. You know what I mean? So that so like music and stuff like that helps me. You know, when my grandma finally got custody of me permanently, she let me be a kid. You know, I was worried about hustling, how to pay this, paying this, seeing my mom break down and stuff like that, taking care of my siblings, and little by little, man, I was slipping the fuck away. You know, so that's why I said I disagree when it comes to like when the whole women's side a little bit. Yeah, I wish my mom showed me more love, but then again, you know, she had me at a young age, and I get it. You know what I mean? I forgive her, but I forgive her for me. Even now, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you know, we still have tough talks and stuff like that, but I thank God for my grandma, because if it wasn't for her, it wasn't for her, man. I probably still be in juvenile. Yeah, I probably still be locked up. You know, I've been in mental hospitals, I've been in psych ward and stuff like that. So I know what it's like being there. It's not good. So even now, you know, I work on my anger. Me and my fiance, we talk a lot about stuff like that. Like, you know, I respect her, she respects me. So there's certain things I don't do to her, certain she doesn't do to me. You know what I mean? So we have that respect, and I really feel like for anybody out there that's dating or whatever, you know, or you know, if you got somebody who you need to stand up to, my mom was my biggest triumph. When I finally stood up to her and we finally had a talk, and this happened a couple of years ago, right before COVID.
Okay.
And that's when I took counseling more serious. So that's one thing on mental health. It all starts from home.
No, I agree. I agree. You know,
thank you, Notes, for that.
Yo, Notes. Thank you. It's crazy, Notes.
Definitely.
I feel that we shared similar situations, man. I mean, but the thing is, my father took me under his wing. You know what I'm saying? Your grandmother, you know, she got you. You know what I'm saying? And I think we're like, huh?
That was my grandma, my other uncle, and I'm gonna cut you off. It's even sad now.
No,
like,
do you think?
My other uncle, who I looked at him as a dad figure, we don't even fucking talk anymore, and it's sad, man. So it's like a lot of people who took me under their wing and stuff like that, like they left, you know. So I have all these memories and, you know, stuff what not to do and what to do, you know what I mean. So it's like now when somebody leaves me, I used to have breakdowns. Now I'm just like, if you leave, fuck it, you leave. It is what it is, you know what I mean. So and I tell my girl that sometimes, and I tell my girl that sometimes. And you know, she understands, but yeah, man. So like now, like right now, I have siblings. We're not close, you know. Like I have friends who I look at more as my family than my own siblings. They only call me if they need something, and this is the person that graduated from me. I graduated from a special ed school. You know, I was on Social Security until I was 20. I took myself off of it because I'm just like, you know what? Like, I'm not gonna let the fucking government take care of me. I'm gonna take care of my own damn self. And everything I have, I strive for my damn self.
Yeah.
You know, no handouts, no handouts. So when people help me out with things, I'm very thankful. Very, very, very fucking thankful. You know, that's why that's why I'm saying, you know, if you ever come out here, I got you. I'm gonna look out for you.
You'll go look.
That's just me. You know what I mean? So
appreciate that.
Yeah,
bro.
man. Like I said, I got plenty of stories, but I just want to stay on topic. Yeah, man. Mental health, it does start at home. You know what I mean? And my fiance, we're trying for kids, and I told her I didn't really want no kid, but then I broke it down. I was like, I'm scared because I don't know if I'm gonna be a good father or not. I know I am, but I'm still scared. Because
Let me tell you something, dog. Let me tell you something. don't be scared, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If it happens, first off, it was meant to happen, man. Yo, y'all some good folks. That shit was meant to happen. You know what I'm saying? I feel that you're gonna be a great pops. You know what I'm
Fantastic.
saying, man? Word, fantastic pops, man. And you
Yeah.
know, I'm not saying that because you know what I'm saying, like I fucks with you in favoritism. No, actually, I'm saying they're partially out of favoritism. I am. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Anubis.
But yo, Anubis,
About
with Anubis,
Yeah,
Anubis
that's right.
check.
We need that
All
proof of
right,
life.
yeah.
You
See,
taking care of that guy,
that's
you can
it.
take care of your offspring as well. So
Yeah.
Speaking on to something Notes kind of touched upon, and
What's up?
what two things? Two things. I understand your point of view in terms of fatherhood, like the fear of it, like not wanting to do what the previous generation
No.
put on you. You know what I mean? That's
Yes.
that's something that I struggle with in terms of that kind of stuff as well. Other thing is like young rage, right? The men as young men, we have this rage, and a lot of us, the people that you talk about that do these actions, these violent actions, um, they they just don't understand that rage inside of them and the power that they have to kind of transform that into something positive. And I feel that that's what happens a lot to these men who fall to the wayside.
yeah.
yeah, like for what helped with my rage was martial arts. You know, I started
Mm.
I started doing martial arts at the age of 15. And it was crazy because like my mom, my grandma took over my mom's apartment because she was moving to New York with her new dude. So I remember one day I saw this guy moving the swords, and I was like, "That's one of the blade swords." He was like, "Yeah." And then he saw me out there one day. And he said, "Come meet me outside around like it was summertime." He was like, "Come meet me outside 6 in the morning." All right, bet. So I went outside, and he started training me from there. But at that time, I didn't really believe in myself. I was always doubting myself. So he was teaching me like the five animal systems from snake, crane, tiger, leopard, and dragon. So it went on for a summer, and then after that he moved away, and then I started like doing it myself, like Tai Chi, like meditating and stuff like that. And I was even like on the verge of like I wanted to I wanted to learn more about Buddhism, and the reason why because of that I related more to that than Christianity. You know,
Mm.
so I've read a bit on little quotes here and there, this and that. I mean, I believe in God, and I believe in the God of God, or in the universe, whatever. I'm not religious. I don't like religion. So, around 18 years old, well, it was 19, one of those. I
Mm.
was homeless. I was homeless for a while, and then my bro, I met him through my sister's friend, and it was funny because I remember like I had a bad breakup, and I was homeless. You know, I was eating from trash cans and stuff like that, trying to penny pinch whatever, and I didn't want to live,
Mm.
so we were drinking like Four Locos, and I was drinking lean whatever, and I was popping like codeine pills, and I remember like I passed out and it was watching me. And it was like it was watching me, and I remember like I woke up. We started vibing out and singing and stuff like that. And he was like, "Do you want to learn martial arts?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." So he started teaching me, and then my mom got me a ticket to New York, and I remember I took the Greyhound to the Amtrak's to Amtrak's to the station. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was my first. I was scared. You know, that was my first time. But he was like, "Nah." He's like, "I think you need to go. You know, leave for a while. It'll help." And I remember, man, like getting off the train, bro, and seeing Radio City and shit like that,
Mm.
like that shit was dope. And then my mom
Mm.
picked me up, and that's when she started coming around a little more. She
Mm.
didn't go outside a lot because she was like, "Nah, like I want to make sure you have good clothes and stuff." So I had to stay in the house for like a couple of weeks, bought some clothes, and then I was been out And I remember going to the bodega when I get a chopped cheese sandwich. That shit was fire. And
hashtag Chop Cheese City support. You know what I'm saying? Like Chop Cheese City. We don't fuck with that vegan shit, man. Like don't send me no more vegan chop cheese videos. We don't fuck with that.
But that shit was fire. And then like from the guy she was dating, which lyrics you'll meet him when you come down here and Abbott's you too.
All right.
His cousin is they're from New York, and we vibed, and we came back to Arizona, and we've been cool ever since. So that's who I work. I work out with now. But yeah, man, my martial arts saved my life. Even just getting out of the city for a while, you know, just talking to new people and stuff like that. Just learn, just having different experience that saved my life, man. And then anime definitely saved my life. And then coming back, and I was still dealing with some things. I tried to commit suicide again, but that time I learned my lesson. You know, I slept on it and stuff, and healed up. Still got the scars to this day, and ever since then, man, I want to change. So I'm changing. I changed, and then.
And this is why you're gonna be a great.
Hold
dad.
on, you exactly, man.
Why you're gonna be a great dad.
But I want to bring something up. Tip says so. You will be a great dad. That's what I'm saying. You will be a great. Don't even worry about that shit, nigga. You gonna be a great dad. She said I had the same fear with Willow, and now I couldn't imagine my life without her. Like she is my life source. If I'm honest, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was scared with Xavier. You know what I'm saying, man? Like but he knows what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like. But see, I wasn't worried about me being a great father as far as like I was worried more about the provider part than anything else. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like this, I think I've been overly disciplined and I rebelled against it. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted to show him discipline as far as take care of yourself, but I really wanted to build like a friendship to an extent. Because this still has to be a thing between parent and child. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep that, or else you lose all respect. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind, Notes. You know what I'm saying? But you probably already know that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I have nephews and nieces now, and like my nephews, they love the fuck out of me.
You know, you sound like right now, Steph. You sound like Steph right now.
Oh yeah,
they did. My nieces and nephews are like, I may not have children unless I save my eggs and have someone else have the children for me. But I mean, honestly, I love children, and I especially love my nieces and nephews, and I love my grandnieces and nephews. I have a bond with all of them. They're all very different, very unique. And I keep the line of communication open with all of them. So we talk about very serious things, and they're like an extension. It feels like an extension of me. And they have told me that I've had a profound effect on them as well. Like one of my nieces went to college because I went to college. And she followed up with that. And now she's doing well. She's in medical school now, getting her master's and PhD. So
shout out to all y'all nieces and nephews. And, I mean that shit. Shout out to my son, Xavier, man. Daddy love you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Doing this thing, man. Like he's a part of a jazz band now. That shit is crazy, man. I think I said it the last episode. Like
he's supposed to be going on a trip, right?
Yeah. I think he was talking about like Argentina and some shit like that. Like the think some World Jazz Festival shit. Like he was telling me, yeah. Like shout out to my son for that. Like
you gotta do that Nas. You gotta do that Nas thing, man. But the reverse.
No, stop. What? Stop.
What are you talking about?
Go ahead. Anyway, like so like you were saying, right? Nah, because whoa. Somebody said that about me and my pops. He was like, yeah, your dad do the blues. You should do the Nas thing. I was like, nah, get the fuck out of here, man.
I'm talking about let him play on your track, dude. And so you can make a track with him, work with your son on a song.
Right.
That's the most.
You know what?
Thing.
I want him to build his own legacy. B like
no,
yo, he can't do that before that. Like let him build his own. Let him build his own legacy first. B like I mean, great idea. Don't get me wrong. Don't want to shoot it down.
He can build.
Let him build his legacy. Let him build it first.
But you can be the catalyst for that legacy. He can still build his own legacy.
Thing. I agree. The most beautiful thing for you and a son to work together and make something a beautiful piece of art.
I know one of you motherfuckers was going.
I'm just gonna say, look, even Nas,
Keith Murray energy. I love it.
But Nas, look, but even with Nas, he started on Large Professor's album first.
Yeah, that was years later. That was later.
That was before. No, I'm talking about before.
No, I mean the track that they worked together. The track they worked together.
But there was an album he was on before Illmatic, and that was the.
All right, guys, let's get back. I got a question for the panel. Let's switch this back to. Let's get back to the subject. I got a question for the panel.
We're still on the subject.
Get back to the subject. This subject.
We're talking about men. Yeah.
I was about to say y'all on that subject.
That's men of love.
Hey, but that's a solution.
Men show love.
No. But no, that will happen when the time meets itself. It will happen. But yeah, I want him to really pay attention to him and his the jazz band right now. You know what I'm saying? So. But yeah, I had the same thought, but like I just don't want to rush it.
Is it get back in? Can we give a shout out before we move on to your son's jazz band?
Yeah, shout out to my son's jazz band.
The name, so people want to check it out.
I forgot the damn name. B.
Okay, let's move on then. Let's move on then.
Word the mother, I forgot the name. B. I'm fucked up. I know, but like but seriously, shout out to the jazz band and shit. So anyway. Get into the story. Get to my question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Note said something about him attempting to commit suicide, and I visited that a couple of times myself. You know what I'm saying? Like thoughts of suicide, almost actual acts of suicide. But I had cats who I called my friends at a time talk me out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you. I don't know why they did it because they end up being fuck boys and later on down in life. You know what I'm saying? No shout out to them niggas. I'm just being honest. Asshole vibes. Fuck it. But anyway, guys, like this goes out to the whole panel.
That's new. That's a new graphic.
I love it. Shout out to Ja.
We need chopped cheese next.
You, sir.
We need chopped cheese next.
I love it. But no, seriously, guys. When that shit came out of nowhere. Damn. I almost forgot the fucking question. Jesse said, I think children are very instrumental in terms of healing men and bringing them out of their mental health issues. Nothing is more therapeutic than a father's love for his child and vice versa. Justine, I was just about to go to that. That's a great comment.
Right about that.
But here's the thing. That's the reason why I hate child support. One of the many reasons why I hate child support, because the women that have those kids know that. And they want to hurt the man by using the system to fuck with their minds and not let them see their kids. Like I said, it'd be 9 times out of 10, it'd be the good men, the men that want to be in a child's life, that they play games with them. You feel me? Like like as many times I've been to the fucking family courts. I've been to the Queen's Family Court. No shout out to them niggas. You know what I'm saying? The Queen's Family Court. I've heard stories from the fucking bathroom to the fucking waiting room, all that. You know what I'm saying? There was this guy. I'm literally there at the fucking urinal. The guy tells me a story about him fighting 9 times to get custody of his daughter because the baby mom's was a crack whore. Like she was on drugs and she was a prostitute. The thing was, she was lawyered up. He wasn't. And I'm like, yo, were you lawyered up at the other 8 times you was trying to go for it? He was like, nah, I can't afford it. Yo, the child support's killing me. You know what I'm saying? I barely have enough to survive off of. Like for me to get a lawyer, like, you know what I'm saying? That's suicide to his pockets. So you know what I'm saying? Like he
found a lawyer pro bono.
No, I don't think in certain states they don't allow. They don't give lawyers to the men. They offer it to the women. Most of the cases, I'm not sure which state you're talking about. New York might be the same thing, but it happens a lot.
He was talking about a guy he spoke to in Queens. They offer pro bono.
Yeah. I know. Yo, so. Sleazy. I know. I was literally at the urinal, like taking a whiz, and dude, he was in the next urinal talking about, yeah, yo, child. He was like, nah. He was like, yo,
I'm looking at chicken and beef.
He was like, yo, straight. He was like, I swear, this is his exact words. When he first came in, he was like, his lawyer was on the toilet. Get the fuck out of here. Yo, just the man I meet in the restroom. Yo, the dude came to me. I didn't go to him. Dude was like, at the next urinal, he was like, yo, no, no grease, no roses, just straight up the ass. Like that was the first shit. And I'm sitting there, I'm laughing so hard, I almost pissed on this motherfucking leg, B. Like, yo, this shit was crazy. But then that's what he explained about the situation with his daughter, trying to fight for his daughter. This is the 9th time that he's trying to fight for his daughter. And then the thing is, when I went out the bathroom, we had to go to separate areas. But as I'm walking to separate areas, he points out his baby moms. The baby moms with the lawyer. The baby moms, she looks strung out like a motherfucker. But the lawyer was looking ready to eat this nigga alive in the courtroom. So listen, women show us.
My question is, was the lawyer a client?
Huh?
Was the lawyer possibly a client?
Hey.
You're like looking at me on pause.
He's looking at that comment.
What comment?
No, I'm looking at Famous because he just said that shit.
Comment.
It kind of makes sense though. Think about it. If the lawyer is fighting hard. What?
What's Sleazy's comment? I didn't see Sleazy's comment. Yo, put up Sleazy's comment.
Put up Sleazy's comment.
Oh, did he? No, fuck out of here, Sleazy. Like, no, you're funny.
Was he zipped up at least?
Yeah,
Shit got jokes. No, he didn't hold it for me, smart asses. Like, fuck out of here, man.
I mean, who was at the urinal? You were the urinal. He was in the urinal.
Knock the camera off.
Wow.
All I see is red.
Right.
Y'all got me knocking shit over.
That's his physical response.
Yo.
That's how you feel inside?
Yo. Comedy. Wow.
You can't even get it together right now.
Nah, yo, sus, word the mother. Hold on a second. Hold on, yo, y'all niggas is funny. Y'all niggas is really funny. Hold on. Like, yo, son, word to my mother. Well, y'all niggas is funny. Yo.
Oh my god. I love the randos.
We gotta love the motherfucking randos, B. Word to my mother. Like, niggas got me knocking shit over, all type of shit.
Oh my god.
Yo, the flush shit was hilarious. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
yeah,
shit.
But, Lyrics, you all right? You okay?
I'm good, B. I think I'm good.
Eric, you all right?
Why am I be all right? I'm just sitting.
Lyrics, turn your camera on.
No, hold on, because I got to put it back on the thing.
Oh man.
Yo,
so, I want to address Taisha's comment though about that's not every situation. I mean even with my situation, like my parents were separated when I was young. They separated when I was 2 years old, and my mom had every right to ask for child support. which my father, we won't get into all that. It didn't happen. Let's just say, another entity had to step in and provide for me.
Oh, sorry.
And in those cases, I mean, that's when the system works, at least for once. So I don't think that's every situation. Sometimes, the system does have to step in and figure things out. Now, in lyric circumstance, I can understand like that person was just being goofy. That's
no, but it really happened. No, it seriously happened. It happened. The guy was fighting for it. Sorry to cut you off. The guy was really fighting for his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like he really, like he was being goofy at first. Yeah, I agree with you. Like like I said, I was
saying the dude was goofy. I said the woman was goofy. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, like, and the thing was, when, like I said, we had to go to two separate areas. So when I was going to area, he pointed out, his baby moms. She looked strung out, but the lawyer was looking focused, like she was ready to eat this nigga alive. Like, I was like, oh man, like I knew he was gonna lose. I knew, like, that ninth loss. You ready to take a ninth L? Like, I don't know what happened, because after my case came before his. You know what I'm saying? So. When I left, he was still waiting.
Question. The judge doesn't look at this woman and see that she's physically, obviously, in no condition to be taking care of a child. Yet continues taking the child away from the man. That makes no sense.
Here's the thing, Eric. Sorry. Go ahead. Matter of fact, Aris, go ahead, Doug. Sorry.
I mean, well, the child support system is raking in billions of dollars a year, so there's an incentive to. It doesn't matter if you have a child, which there's been a number of cases where guys have been having to go back and forth to court and they have proof, whether if it's DNA, as well as all the receipts of what they've kept, to tell the courts that this is not their child, and they still rule in favor of the mother. So that person has to pay for what's there and even pay for rears. Even though they've even paid for things of that nature. And a part of it is because, that's why I was doing this to you, Steph, is because only when two people really are on that same level together and they're in that relationship, that they can make their own agreement versus going to the system in that particular case, because the system don't care. It's just trying to get paid. So it don't matter who, what, when, where. They just want to make sure, okay, is this secure? Even though it's all of this is in good faith for the child, unfortunately, most of the time, it really isn't in the best interest of the child.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I left room for those particular circumstances. There are other circumstances where it does work out, and it, and
I would say most of the time, Steph. And again, I can't speak so much to it because I know Lyrics has experience, and then
I can speak to it.
But
I can speak.
I will say I hear a lot more in the case of Lyrics. I hear a lot more.
Yeah, I tell you.
Not with that child. That child looks exactly like
that. That's me.
Lyrics spit that dude out.
Yeah. It's a lot of the statistics still get skewed, but most of the percentages of, at least, and it goes back into the whole dating and whole society frame of like who gets with who, where, and when. A majority of the women are actually going for close to 20 to 16% of men. And those men, we know most of them low down, good for nothing, but they got most of the children. And it gets to a point where then, okay, these men are not doing their job. Most of the women, it's like, okay, where and who can I find to help provide and do this for a child? Oh, I remember Jerry way back when. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Let me go and let him know that, hey, I think this is your child. And I'm not saying again, it's a malicious intent by it, but not knowing what the consequences and the effects in the circumstances which thereof will happen in the future for that person.
I like how you put that in the circumstances with your shit right
I
there.
had
But
to. I had to. You know, we still using our not all of our vocabulary, but you know, all of our other insides. We got to.
I got you. No, but like, let me get this question out or whatever before we get to final thoughts or whatever. Um, and this is like I said, this is a panel question. This is for everybody here. Um, as far as the mental health aspect of this is concerned, did you ever feel where you had like too much pressure to the point where you just wanted to say fuck it, like I just want to end it all? You know what I'm saying? At any point in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, Ad, let's start with you with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like I said, this is for the panel, so we'll start with you, Ad. Like, did you feel that you had any type of serious pressure to the point where you just want to say fuck it and end it all?
Yeah, two
You know what I'm
times.
saying?
Two times in particular. The first time was, and I don't know why this actually happened, but again, it's just life. But it was a situation where my grandfather had passed away, and I was only still in kindergarten. And I don't know why my grandmother made the comment, but of course, still love my grandma. Everybody, again, they made me who I am. But she made a comment to me as a kid saying, "Well, now you're the leader of the family." And as a kid, I didn't understand that, and like I felt this weird pressure come on to me of like now I have to lead the family. Like I'm only like in my head, I'm like 7, 8. Like, why are you telling me this? Like, I don't get where that applies to me in that particular case. Like, why do I have to be the leader now? Just because I do have my grandfather's name, that didn't mean like now you need to step up into that role. And I'm like, I'm still a child in my head. Then the second time was right before I was going to graduate college, and this had to just do with the program I was in, and I had to do my capstone, which is a senior project, and all this other stuff. And a lot of things started crumbling. Whether it's like I might not graduate, then I'm missing credits. I mean, for me, a lot of my stuff was like first world. It wasn't anything like extremely deep, but it was to a point of like I thought of who I was all gonna let down, and it just started to make me just wonder like why. But I was luckily able to like get out that very quickly and just compose myself, and then just find a step by step how to get this all figured out. But it's happened.
Okay. Yo, we proud of you. Like no joke, we proud of you, Ad. You know what I'm saying, man? Like for real, for overcoming that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for sharing.
For
Like
sure.
yo, Famous, I'll ask you the same question. Like, have you ever felt the pressures to the point where you just wanted to delete yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even say the S word, but
Yeah,
delete
don't say
yourself.
Chop
that.
Yeah,
suey.
yeah, definitely. I think everybody has this kind of thoughts. I think it's more so in my youth when I was in my late teens.
Mm,
That's a transitional period. It's complicated depending on who the person is. You know what I mean? You don't understand certain things. You're dealing with societal pressures. You're dealing with um yeah, you're right in a way. What lyrics is saying before is like that loneliness, right? That deep loneliness that you might have through years. Of course, I've experienced that, and the thought does come across your mind to the point where like you're saying like I'll be real with you. This is something I've probably never said to anybody other than one very good friend. I didn't think I was gonna make it to 30, honestly, in my mind at that time. At that time, I was like, I don't think this is for me. That's a crazy thing for a person to say. I don't think life is for me.
Yeah.
Like it's it's nuanced and it's crazy and it's I don't know. That's why I feel like like therapy is very important. Depending, I guess you have different therapeutic people. There are different ways to go doing therapy, like you guys were saying, the music. I myself recently, the past year, have been going to therapy. It's helped. It helped me impact a lot of things. The one thing I do say to everybody if you ever go to therapy, if you remember, is you're not talking to somebody, you're talking to yourself, and it depends on how honest you really want to be with yourself because you already know the issues. If you really like, kind of like, if you're living in your body for how long, you know what's the deal. You know what the things are causing other things, and you have to slowly unpack that. And I think it's very important. I do think that men have lost their way in this day and age, and that's you can see it as a negative thing, or negative factors or positive factors, whatever society is changing, that we are trying to figure out. We're trying to get back on track, and that's the most important thing. I feel like, get back on track, because you can blame whoever you want. The victim mentality is not something that we need to do, especially as men. We figure shit out. That's what we've been brought up to do. We okay, this is happening. Let me feel my feels. Get back on track. Figure it out, because that's the only way we're gonna move forward. I mean, especially as men. And this is being from man's perspective. I can't speak on a woman's perspective. I only know my perspective.
You know what? I totally agree with you on that, Famous, and like I thank you for sharing. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to let you know something real quick. Like, yo, Doug, like, yo, we need you here, man. Anytime you feel you alone, man. You know my number, my Jack. You know Steph Jack. You know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate that, man.
Like,
Yeah,
word
I
them
mean,
up. Like,
that
nah, I mean
darkness
that
is a long
shit
time
though.
ago. I appreciate that darkness is a long time ago. That the severity of darkness. That was like in my youth. You know what I mean? And
Nah, but
like,
sometimes not to cut you off, but sometimes
yeah,
your darkness, like your darkness comes back every now and again. I
yeah,
feel like this mental health issues, they don't go away. They don't completely go away. They come back through moments of disappointments and heartache and whatever, like through bad times. You do have
yeah.
those moments. You know what I'm saying? But as
There
long as,
are
like you
ghosts.
said,
There
you go
are
to
ghosts. You're
therapy.
right.
Yeah, as long as you go to therapy, or as long as you do music, as long as you got somebody to talk to, you feel me? Then that's what the moment is. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get through life, because especially now with whatever's going on in life now, shit ain't easy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So I thank you very much for sharing that, man. And like I said, we here, man. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
It's
that, man.
fam right here, man. You know what I'm
You
saying,
already
man?
know.
Appreciate the love.
You
Like
already know.
it's all in love and fuckery. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I mean? So that's what that is. Serious. You know. No, to ask you the same question. You know, like I know we heard your story, but can you think of a moment in your life where, like I said, the pressures got to you so much that you wanted to delete yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like some real pressure type shit. You know what I'm saying? As a
Yeah.
man, you
As a man
know.
or a teenager.
Well, I mean, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
As a
Like,
male,
as a male.
doesn't
Okay.
matter.
All right. It was when I was in it was when I was 16 and I was staying with my grandma, and I love my grandma, you know. I found out, well, I've been knowing, I just didn't want to believe it. My grandma was doing drugs for a while, but she's clean and stuff. But this is when she was having heart surgery, and this is her second, I think her third or second one. They didn't know if she was going to make it, and my uncles wasn't around. My mom was somewhere, and it was me and her. And I remember coming home from school that day. They had to. I had to go to a group home for a while, and this lady took me in. She was cool, but it was my last day at the house, and I remember being in my room, and I was playing Kingdom Hearts on the PS2, and I thought I went to sleep, but I didn't go to sleep. This is when I first time I did astral projection. I remember walking out my room, and I watched my grandma toss and churn all night, coughing up mucus and stuff like that, just tossing and churning. And I heard my alarm go off. And I ran back to my room, and I would open my eyes. I was still like in a like meditation position. I was on my couch. My legs were crossed, and I had a controller in my hand. Open my eyes. It was daylight. I remember going to school, and I was still taking medication and stuff. I couldn't stay focused, so I was dozing off and stuff like that. And it was giving me coffee, and I couldn't. So when The lady came and got me. My grandma went to the hospital. Still, nobody went to go see her. It was just me. I was begging the lady. I was like, "Can I go see my grandma?" She's like, "You can." And I said, "Look, I need to see my grandma." So they talked to the nurse and let me go see her. And I remember my grandma just sitting there, bro, looking all weak and frail, like she was literally on her last, on her last. I remember sitting there. I was talking to her, and it's fucked up because nobody was there with her.
Mhm.
And I wanted to go, but I couldn't. I got really angry, and I got taken back to the place. And I remember one of the lady's nephews, whatever, we got into an argument, and she had this glass table, and the dude just kept talking shit. So I got up and I decked him in his face, and I picked him up and I body slammed him through the table. And I remember his mom. They tried to do something. And I remember I blacked out. I grabbed a kitchen knife, and I was swinging it at people. The cops came and stuff like that. They calmed me down, and I was like, "Bro, this is bullshit, bro." So I just want to fucking go home. I don't want to fucking be here. I don't know these people. My grandma's in the fucking hospital. My grandma kids don't fucking care. Nobody cares, and I'm stuck here, and I can't be with my grandma.
Mm.
So yeah, that's one of the times, but I couldn't take myself out, but I was lashing out. So yeah, she's
No,
still,
but
yeah.
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, she's still here and stuff, but and I've had many moments like that. Those moments don't stop. I have many moments like that. I can say this. I haven't had none recently. It's gotten better, but that was one of my darkest moments, man. I literally thought I was gonna. I thought I was gonna be in jail because the way I slammed her grandson through that table was bad. It was fucking bad. The table just shattered. So I'm happy I didn't go to jail. I'm happy I didn't go to juvenile that
Yeah, we
day.
happy. We happy you ain't go to jail and shit. No, it's like, yo, word to my mother. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We need for you to be out here slamming people through tables here, not in prison. You know what I'm saying?
No, video games. In video
You know,
games.
No, we don't need that.
we
Do it in video games.
that how am I supposed to
We don't
support the
need that right
fuckery?
now.
In
How am I
video
supposed to
games.
support? How
Digital
do I
world.
support the
You need
fuckery?
exactly. You
And-
need video games,
No,
games,
yeah, that
and
too.
meditation.
like all jokes aside, I don't like being violent anymore. Like, I really don't. I
Okay.
try. I like talking my way out of things. I hate it. If I have to be violent, it's bad, and I don't want nobody to see that. That side is not good. I don't like seeing that side. I like being humble. I like being happy. I hate being violent.
I mean, we all do. We listen, man. I feel like this. Cats is a bit too old to be sitting there knocking niggas out right now like that, man. So, like, so, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you do got like, you know what I'm saying. Once you get older, you got to reach a moment where it's like, yo, you got to
Yeah.
put all that stuff to bed. Unless you're built like that. If you built like that and you like scrapping, go to UFC, go to MMA. Like, you know what I mean? But I say it like this. I thank you very much. Well, we thank you very much, Notes, for sharing that. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, the reason why I say this, man, because it's therapeutic for younger men to hear this shit. Younger men that have issues that feel like they're alone. You know what I'm saying, man? You not. You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah, you got people. You know what I'm saying, that go through shit like this, man. We human beings at the end of the day. You dig? So, Steph, do you have? I asked you the same thing, even though you're a woman and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? It's favoritism. You know what I'm saying? So you know how that goes.
I do want to say this though, as someone who is masculine presenting. In a lot of instances, I get called a man. I get called sir, Mister, every single day of my life. So I just want to throw this out there. There have been times, even on the show, where folks have been like, "Oh, you're not a man." But the thing is, you can say that, and then this is my intro. and then I'll get into the story. But even though people say, "Oh, you're not a man," thank you for stating the obvious. For one, two, there are there are points in my life where I'm put into a position of a man. So, you know, if I'm out with someone, maybe with a lady friend of mine, and some guy starts, starts some trouble or wants to have a confrontation, I'm put into a position of a man. I'm not going to be like, run, baby, run, let's get out of here. Like, is that what you're expecting from me? That's not what you're expecting.
Wow.
I can attest to that, Steph.
I'm just being honest.
I can attest to that, Steph. Steph and me were in a situation one time in the park. If you remember what I'm talking about.
Oh shit!
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That situation. Now in that situation, I would have squared up with dude, but I was evading him because it was the middle of COVID and this dude was foaming at the mouth, and I was like, "You are not." I was still like, "Nah, you're not touching me. You're not touching me." Like if you would have thrown something and like then I would.
They did through something. They did through something.
Well, there was his youngest daughter threw some she threw like a
demon seeds that he brought forth.
Yeah, his demon spawn children. The only one that eventually had sense was the wife, but
yeah, eventually. But she was like hyping it up in the beginning. I'm sorry, Steph. Go forward.
It's cool. It's cool. But that's one example. But what I'm saying is, you're not. If I'm with a lady friend and someone's trying to, have square up with me, you're not going to expect me to run and be like, baby, get out of here. Like, I'm not going to do it. You're going to expect me to square up and take on this dude.
Baby, get out of here.
As a masculine. No, it's the truth.
Sounds like a 90s video game. 90s video game stream.
You're not going to get
like the girl in Double Dragon. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Just don't run into anywhere. I mean,
what? Shin, stop, Shin, please. Like, yo, that only happened one time. Thank God, it only happened one time in my life. Like, yo, like I said, like, stop. Like, you killing it.
So now we had a bathroom situation with you, and then we had an OnlyFans situation, as well as you also end up not believing in people's dreams. That as well.
No, I believe. Hold on, whoa. I believe in people's dreams.
We have a lot. I
believe
Dream Crusher over here, man.
Yeah, right.
Dream Crusher.
No,
your dream ain't shit.
But at the same time, FTP. But
Back to Steph. My bad.
I'm sorry, man. No, we try to be serious here, but y'all some funny motherfucker. Lyrics don't even know his son's band name. But like, I forgot Chicken and Beef. Damn,
that is awful. Do better, father.
Yeah,
do better, Papa.
Remember birthdays and
next time.
No, I know his birthday. I'm
talking about your sisters.
No, I'm gonna challenge you this next episode. You better know your son's band name.
Yeah, you gotta post it up. You gotta put it on the main page. You gotta tag his stuff.
I'm gonna do all that.
No, I'm gonna be in New York next week. And if you don't know your son's band name, I swear to God.
She's gonna show you how she rolls.
You ain't gonna do shit. Like, fuck out of here,
how she spreads up.
Again, as a masculine. Okay, all right. No, but
you know what? I'm gonna feed you a vegan chopped cheese. How about that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead. Like,
I was gonna say something pause worthy. I'm gonna stop right there. So no.
What? Go eat a beef frankfurter or some shit? Like, yo.
Getting back to what I was getting back to my point. All I'm saying is there are times.
Oscar Mayer.
Oh my Lord! Here we go. No.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, but getting back to it, there are going to be times where someone like me is going to be put in a position of someone who is male and is expected to protect their own. That's all. That's. So I start off with that, but getting back to your question as well. I've had a couple of moments where I have contemplated deleting myself, and I mean one of those moments resulted in me writing Vulnerable, which we've highlighted, on a few shows.
Beautiful.
But yeah. And that came from a very, very dark moment. And when I wrote that song, I was very deep in it. And there are those times where you feel like, and I'm a person with a big heart. I have a huge heart. I care about people. Like I'm a giver, in the big sense of the word. And when we did the Zodiac episode, the day I was born was the day of sacrifice, and I am the embodiment of that day. And there are times where I feel like I've people don't value me the way that I feel that I deserve to be valued. And that happens in a lot of situations, especially, with relationships. There are times where I feel like, I'm like an afterthought to people, to certain folks, that, the things that the needs that I have are not met. It's in relationships and family, and in different circumstances. And, during times like that, thankfully, I've grown to develop a toolbox, as Tiffany mentioned in the comment section. And having the toolbox, like I said in the comments, also is the difference between is it what did she put? Well, I'm gonna address that in a minute. But having a toolbox to deal with that mental anguish is the difference between making it over and not making it at all. And even talking to you guys, like especially with Eric and Lyrics, I've deepened my toolbox, especially with Eric. And I always have like really in-depth conversations about things, and he's always worried about my mental health and the way I'm being treated. Like he's a really, really good friend. And a while back, like when I moved back here to Maryland, he and I were talking about meditation and how it helped him. And I started getting into meditation again, just doing like 5-minute increments during the day, and then before going to sleep. And that meditation is such a helpful tool to have, because you are having a conversation with yourself when you meditate. Like you're speaking to your inner child, your inner, the inner person, and they're speaking back to you and telling you, okay, you need to adjust in this area, or this, they're guiding you through the process. So having therapy, I also got back into therapy when I moved over here, because I knew it would be vital with certain situations, especially with familial bonds and things of that nature. So it's helped me through that. It's helped me through like I said, my relationships with different people. Just having that toolbox is so vital. And whether you're a male or female or what have you, it's good to just have things that will help you cope or even get through some of the anguish that you're dealing with. Me, it's meditation and work. When I work on my artwork, when I work on my music, when I'm creative, when I'm doing something, that even writing in my journal, it's really helpful. So I encourage you all to, find something that brings you peace and brings you answers to some of your questions as well.
Yeah, like we're not like I feel like this. Like first of all, Steph, thank you very much for sharing. You know what I'm saying, your experience on that. You know what I'm saying, from a Steph's perspective. You know what I'm saying. Like I said, we're here about fuckery and favoritism, and we support that. We support you. You know what
I
I'm
just
saying?
read Taisha's comment. Yeah, yeah. I'm always in that position.
Yeah, Taisha's funny, man. Like, yo, word the mother. No, but we got to jump into final thoughts. What she said, Taisha said, Stephanie, you remember the African man on Flatbush that forever always saying, sir, even when you tell this man you're a female, he still say, sir.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? That happens. It's funny because that happens with a lot of foreigners, like people outside of the U.S. People in the U.S. are used to, masculine presenting women. And there's some dudes that can tell, like, oh, that's a woman. Like, even when the beard grows in and everything, like, they know. But with foreigners, a lot of times they're not used to that, that concept that there are women with physical and what do you call it? With different I'm trying to think of the word. People with like PCOS and things that genetically affect you. So it's hard for them to comprehend, like, oh yeah, no, this is actually a woman, and they're not lying. they didn't go through any surgery or anything. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, listen, Taisha, thank you very much, man. She said with notes with myself, you know what I'm saying, going through our struggles or whatever. Thank you. Like Tiffany said, you gotta dig in your mental toolbox and use them accordingly. I'm doing that shit now after the loss of a friend recently. Yo, rest in peace to your friend. Our deepest condolences, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, guys, we don't really have much time, so I like we doing final thoughts right now. When you do your final thoughts, please just try to take a minute and a half, just due to the time. You know what I'm saying? Notes, we start with you. Final thoughts.
All the stuff that you guys heard, man, I've been through, man. Just I hope you guys can find a hobby, somebody you can lean on, and just work through it. Things will get better, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Because due to the time we have, that's pretty much it, though. But yeah.
All right, Steph. Final thoughts.
I want the men out there to really heal and understand the effects that they have on the society at large. We just witnessed, unfortunately, the untimely passing of another, especially black men. But we just experienced the untimely passing of another gentleman who was. It seemed like he was. He had his outlet. Tyree Nichols. You see the video of him, skateboarding and doing something that he loved, and just you see that he was a healthy, happy young man, and this dude was snuffed out by several unhealthy men who took out their anger in the worst possible way on this angel. And it's so unfortunate to see this replaying over and over again. And I my condolences and I send my love and my light and healing to Tyree Nichols' family. It's just a tragedy, man. This man was he was the sensible one in the situation. And to see men reach out for their parents, their moms, to be in that much pain and anguish is just we can't go through this again, man. Like we need our men to heal. Women need you, whatever capacity. And I just hope you all find your outlets and your, like Tiffany said, your mental toolbox that'll help you overcome. And we can't have tragedies like this and mass shootings and all sorts of situations that are mainly perpetrated by men, unfortunately, unhealthy men. We need healing, y'all. You guys definitely need to find it.
Thank you very much, Steph. Famous, final thoughts.
The important thing I feel like people need to understand that your mental health journey is not about fixing yourself; it's about accepting yourself and moving forward. And definitely a quick thing, I want to shout out definitely Steph's song "Vulnerable" because I feel music is very therapeutic in a lot of ways. Also want to shout out Kamal's "Transparency." Me and Steph talk a lot about that song, but I think it's a very helpful song. And also lyrics choice for our promo today, "Gifted Hands." I looked into the young man and his journey. The obstacles he had to overcome are kind of amazing. If you want to check that out, look at that young man, and show him some love. Gifted Hands. That's it.
Yeah, like the song.
Can I say one more thing?
Real quick.
I just for you lyrics. I'm sure everyone else in the panel has heard this album, but I know you don't like this dude usually. But if you listen to Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which is about mental health and breaking generational curses and overcoming familial and personal trauma, that is a great album. I've been listening to it lately to get into the mode of this episode, but it's a beautiful album. Lyrics, I implore you to listen to the album. It's amazing. I know you hate the dude, but I implore you to listen to the album.
Fuck out of here! I'm not listening.
I'm serious, man. No, I'm so serious.
Nah, I'm not listening to that shit.
I'm telling you, it's a great album. It's a great album.
Adviz, final thoughts. Listen to that shit. I'm not doing.
See, come on. Okay, go ahead.
I'm not listening to it.
It's all good. It's all good. I echo the sentiments of everybody else. Nowadays, I'll say this: society has set up so many barriers for folks to even get to that point to heal, and it seems that everybody is having to do it in real time. There's hardly enough time for you to sit down and be able to find yourself and go through and experience that cathartic system and feel. So I really just want people to know that, it's important that you do have somebody, even if it's your strong friends, like definitely make sure that you reach out, that you speak with folks, build that toolkit like everyone else is saying. A lot of our roles, even if though they've changed, please look outside and find your purpose, whatever they may end up being, because we have to have something that drives us at the end of the day to keep us moving and keep us going. So please have your why. And then, lastly, sometimes don't take things so seriously. Like really let a lot of simple little small things, let it go, because the more stress that you add to yourself, it really does have that impact, because there's too many variables. But love yourself. Take mental health seriously. Build the toolkit.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Personally, from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my soul, thank all y'all for y'all insight on this, man. You know what I'm saying? This is another great show. Like seriously. But I'll leave you with my final thought. Taisha got a final thought now. My final thoughts are try to get whatever support to help you cope through the pain with mental health issues. Once there is life, there is hope. Never give up. We are all special and loved. Thank you, Taisha. I couldn't even said that shit better. My final thoughts, I'm going to leave you with some wise words from my homeboy, Ty from the Bush. You know what I'm saying? Ty Whitty. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, yo, Ty, man, it's all love, my brother. You already know. I remember he said we was at a battle. What was it? Freestyle Mondays NYC years ago. Like they had a battle contest shit, and he won one of the segments and shit in there. And I remember I was like, yo, that shit was dope. And he said this, I'll never forget. He said this shit. He was like, yo, if you can't laugh at yourself, you ain't living life. Don't take things too seriously, please, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Make a joke or three about yourself. That's what the fuck I did. I've been listen. I've been joked on for being called fat all my damn life. I used to punch dudes in the mouth. I used to knock their food out. I used to take their shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to like slap the shit out of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I got into countless fights because I didn't know how to handle it. It took me years and practically, a couple weapons to my face. That's another whole story. You know what I'm saying? And fights and like shit that I don't even want to say on here. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot of hard lessons for me to learn that, like, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like words and shit, the thing that drove me to the damn near off the edge, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that serious, but it does affect people's mental health. You know what I'm saying? Also take into account that whatever whatever works for you ain't gonna work for the next person. You know what I'm saying? Take into account that person still might need some growing up to do. They might need some healing to do. You know what I'm saying? Be considerate of others, man. But otherwise than that, for those who are super sensitive, please, man, like don't take life too seriously, man. Look at yourself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? See your faults, laugh at them. You know what I'm saying? I think personally you'd be better off. You know what I'm saying? But mental health is a very serious issue. If you need to get help, get the help that you need. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, like somebody here said, like, yo, look for an outlet, you know what I'm saying, to take out the anger and aggression. Like hit a bag, you know what I'm saying? Go to a wrestling gym, a karate gym, something, you know what I'm saying? Go get on the phone, talk to your most trusted friends, talk to your family members, those who give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying, man? Like write music. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, anything that helps helps you. You know what I'm saying? But right now we're talking about men's mental health. When it comes to guys, you know, it all started with Andre the Giant not showing little lyrics love. Mr. RJC78.
See, that's a real
Don't get this show. Don't get this show also listed by.
You know what? I love it. But we gotta keep Andre's name out of our mouths because WWE might slap us with another restriction, with another ban. You know what I'm saying? We probably get banned in like fucking Eastern Europe or some shit. I don't know. Like, son. Like, listen, I'm a big fan of WWE. Congratulations to Rhea Ripley and Cody Rhodes for winning the Royal Rumble. If y'all don't know now, you know I spoiled it. Fuck out of here. So you know what I'm saying? But this concludes another episode of Randumb Thoughtz. Join us next week as we start our 5 love languages series. Yes, we're gonna have a 5 love languages series in this season. So tune in for episode 4-5, the 5 love languages. We're gonna be starting with physical touch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get a special guest on there for next week's episode. So hopefully you guys get to join us on that. And tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend and tell them again, man. We are on all social media platforms. We got the website out now. Look us up, man. www.randumbthoughtz.com. That's RANDUMBTHOUGHTZ.com. You know what I'm saying, man? And we here every Sunday, 3 p.m., baby, live.
And now we got the Patreon.
And now we got the Patreon, too.
And Discord.
When are t-shirts coming?
Discord, Randumb Thoughtz.
T-shirts coming.
T-shirts is coming soon. Like probably spring or summer, some shit like that. But we also gonna have spring. We gonna have size for fat niggas too. You know what I'm saying, man? Might cost us a little more, but we gotta take care of the big brothers. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So and the big sisters. Sorry about that. But we gotta get out of here, y'all. For notes, you know what I'm saying? No, you good, Notes?
Oh yeah, man. I was reading something. My bad.
Oh shit! All right, my fault. So for Notes, Adviz, aka Young Ad, Famous, Ramos, Stephanie Gale. This is the LYR to the ICS signing off. Peace.